No one likes to think about death, but the undeniable truth is that when God takes you home, someone else will enjoy the reward of your hard work. Will it be strangers enjoying your wealth, the government, or will it be your family members and ministries? I'm Rob Dixon, and here at Inspiration Ministries, we want God's best for you, for your family, and for God's kingdom. Stay with me for the next few minutes, and I'll share several planning scenarios and the biblical principles that apply to them. When the day comes that the Lord calls you home, and your family and loved ones gather, you still have the opportunity to influence them in their time of grief and to communicate your love for them. You have the opportunity to include your favorite Christian causes, like Inspiration Ministries. This shows how much you value the gospel of Jesus Christ to all who are gathered. God can use this act of worship and philanthropy to powerfully impact your loved ones and even lead them to consider putting Christ in their lives. If you include Inspiration Ministries in your will, we guarantee that any bequests will be used for our worldwide outreaches, potentially leading thousands to faith. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Proverbs 13:22 says, "Good people leave an inheritance to their children's children." So let's talk about making sure your family is represented. I've had people tell me they're estranged from a son or daughter and they're leaving them out of their will because of their lifestyle. Well, my advice is to leave them something, to communicate love for the person, even if you don't condone their lifestyle. A biblical principle is to consider their needs. 1 Timothy 5:8 warns, "Those who don't care for their relatives, especially those in their own household, have denied the true faith. Such people are worse than unbelievers." So if you have family members with unmet needs, Inspiration Ministries wants you to follow God's word and take care of them first. Only then, after your family's needs are met, should you turn your attention to where you would like the remainder of your assets to be put to kingdom work. Many people feel compelled to divide their estate equally among children. Do you have to leave the same amount to each child? Absolutely not. If one child simply squanders money while the other invests wisely, you might be tempted to leave more to the responsible children. Or you might do the opposite by giving more to the one in need who struggles to feed his family. Perhaps this scenario warrants setting up a trust that pays out slowly over time. This could remove the temptation to blow through it on parties and fast cars. I spoke to one individual who built in a stipulation that the trust payments to a child would stop if he was ever arrested on drug violations. This allowed the parents to provide guidance and motivation to the child even after they were home in heaven. For more information on trusts and how they're different than wills, call us. We'll be glad to talk through your unique circumstances. Many family relationships have been severed over arguments about inheritance. Sometimes it's about jewelry or a prized piece of furniture. Other times it's how the whole estate's divided. In Luke 12:15, the issue of whether to divide an inheritance was presented to Jesus. His response was not to say divide or don't divide. Rather, he saw right through the motives and cautioned us to guard against every type of greed. Greed tends to show up at the reading of the will. To guard against it, it's important to communicate with your family, preferably ahead of time, so there's no disappointment. Tell them why you're leaving more to one child. The struggling child's a missionary in need of support, or perhaps a child has special needs. By communicating this, the others don't see it as favoritism. Here's another scenario. What if God has so blessed you, well beyond the needs of your family? Warren Buffett said, "I want to leave my children enough money that they can do whatever they want, but not so much that they can do nothing." He understood that too much money can erode your children's motivation to work and even lead them to depression. If God has blessed you with great resources, you should determine how much is enough for your kids and grandkids. How much will help them and not harm them? Then you can give the rest to further God's kingdom. Again, we want what's best for you and for your family. Our request is this: would you prayerfully consider leaving a portion of your estate, after taking care of family, to Inspiration Ministries? Please let us know if you already have, so we can welcome you as a member of our Legacy Society, a team of like-minded people who are using some of their assets upon their death to fund worldwide evangelism through Inspiration Ministries. Or, if you're praying about the possibility, please contact us. Let us help you complete the process. Don't wait, or you may never get around to it. Call the number below today, and we'll help you get started. We can send you a booklet to help you take inventory of your assets. We may be able to recommend an attorney in your area and provide sample language or wording for a Christian will. Please call us now for your consultation. I look forward to talking with you personally.